Rylan, you are very recognisable. Does that mean that you can't get away with doing naughty stuff in public?
Yes and no. I have had some naughtiness abroad, but not as Rylan.
Yeah. Oh, alter ego?
Yeah, so I went away for the first time on my own. Got on a plane by myself. And was like, I'm doing this to find myself. I wasn't, I was doing it to find a man. And I started talking to someone in a bar. This guy was like, what's your name? And without even planning or thinking, I went, Joshua. And he went, oh, nice to meet you, Joshua. What do you do? And at the time, I was going through a divorce, so I just went, I'm a family lawyer. So for 3 days, I was Josh, the family lawyer. And I got away with it up until the last night when I met some of his friends and we all went for dinner. And I just heard, oh my God, not Rylan. British hen party ruined it.
Do you know what? I am so starstruck. It's unbelievable.
Is it me?
No, it's him. My mum loves supermarket sweep, yeah. She calls me, she's like, Fatiha, this Dale Winton, he never grow old, Fatiha.
That is genuinely the biggest compliment I've ever got in my career.
Now, Lucy, Disneyland, Mickey Mouse. Did you play the part of...
No, I got down to the final 3. What? Yeah, you had to, do dancing and waving. I've got a good wave.
Come on, show us.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Strong, it's very strong. So, you didn't get the part of Mickey?
I was 1 inch too tall.
Nobody likes a bragger, Lucy.
They wouldn't let me play Mickey.
Did you get something else,
They offered
Chippendale?
me Sleeping Beauty, but I tried the wig on and I looked demonic, so I didn't want to go.
I met Mickey Mouse. We were all taking pictures, and then I said to Mickey Mouse, oh, should we have a bit of a sexy one? And went to put my leg up, and Mickey Mouse went like that. Fucked him after, obviously, but...
On to the main event. We're looking for your most terrible of stories, the one that you always promised you would take with you to your grave. Lucy, why don't you start us all off?
At school, we had a swimming lesson, and so I thought I'd go in my costume, with my uniform, just because you don't want to get changed in front of people, do you, really?
Yeah, well, Mel loves getting changed in front of me.
When I went to put my clothes back on afterwards, I remembered I hadn't brought my knickers.
No nicks.
Yeah.
Oh, and you've been a skirt as well, obviously, at school.
From anyone else, Rylan, that'd be really creepy, but not from you.
No. I know. I was always in the girls' changing room. Don't worry about that. Every time swimming come along, I was on my period more than the girls, let me tell you.
So what happened?
I was the first one out, and I stole someone else's knickers.
Whose were they?
Yeah.
She was the tallest girl in the class, and knickers were really big for me. So they sat everyone down and was like, someone has stolen her knickers. I didn't say anything. But then all day, they kept
riding down.
Yeah. I had to put a knot in them. And then the girl who it was, because she got sort of picked on, because they knew she didn't have any knickers on under her skirt.
No.
Yeah, and she got pregnant at 17, and I always wondered if it was my fault.
I once lent somebody a sleeping bag. I then used the sleeping bag and I felt something at the bottom. So I went down, soiled knickers. Oh. And I could never be her friend again.
Yeah.
Is that why you and Sue don't work that much anymore?
Rylan babes.
There was one time, so one of my first ever jobs was in cosmetics. And just before that, I was working in a clothes shop in the same shopping centre. And I hated it. I hated my manager. She was a bitch. She's not here, is she? No, don't, because she'll hit me. I ended up leaving that job and going to work for the cosmetic company.
Right.
And you sort of walk down this fire escape stairs, outside stairs, to get into the staffing. As I was walking, I got to the bottom step, and as I put my foot down, I was like, what the fuck have I just stood in? And it was a dead pigeon.
At the mucky stage.
And at the worst possible stage, to the point when I think I was wearing Ugg boots, and it was all in the grooves of my shoe.
I walked into my uncle once covered in pigeon. Yes, sexually deviant pigeon in the attic.
So I've hobbled to the counter and I just found like a foundation brush. Got right into the ridges, scooped it all out and threw the foundation brush with dead pigeon in the bin.
Sure.
I've spied this manager that I hated. She come in proper cocky. She went, oh, here he is. So she was trying to show her. She went, go on then, make me over. And I just looked at her and I went, take a seat.
I've got a very bad feeling about this.
And I went, we should do a foundation colour match on you, shouldn't we? She went, yeah, whatever, go on, do what you want. So I went, just get your colour. So I reach into the bin to get the foundation brush out that I've just used on my shoe. I got the foundation pot, I mixed it together. I'd done her foundation and she went, oh, it's actually a really nice colour, it's a little bit bitty. I went, yeah, it's got exfoliating properties, have a lovely day.
Right there. When I thump that means there's extra points awarded. So well done, Rylan. Straight out of the chops. Fathia, worse than pigeon if you can.
So, I am Moroccan.
Yeah.
When we used to go as kids, we used to have these summer friends and we'd only see them when we went on holiday to Morocco.
Sure.
And there was this one girl, all our other friends were like, oh, this girl's a bitch. Like, she doesn't want to play with us. She won't share her toys. And I was like, oh, let me meet her and see. Like, you lot might just be paranoid. And I met her and she was 100% bitch, innit? Not even diluted, bruv, 100%.
Yeah.
Oh. I got, like, sheep poo.
Right.
And I rolled it in sand.
Right.
And I said to her, these are some chocolates, would you like some? And then she ate them and she was like, oh no. And then she was like, they're really gritty. And I was like, that's how they make them in England.
That's another one gone right there. Did she like them?
Yes,
She had more than
was
one.
Like, bang, 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 bang.
And now she's dead.
I've tried cat shit before.
What?
I wonder if sheep poo might be even nicer than that.
No, Lucy.
Yeah,
Shit is the
when
worst.
I was a kid, I tried some.
Why?
Just to see what all the fuss was about.
Lucy, can I ask you a serious question?
such a bad-
And I'd never like to ask this to a lady, but how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
14.
How have you got to 40?
You know, everyone wonders that. I've never been run over or anything. Forget what I did, but what I mean is I don't think sheep poo would be that bad because they eat grass.
Did you not throw up, though, after eating cat shit?
I didn't eat loads of it, I just literally tried a little bit. Because you know, she said she ate...
It's making me feel so...
Am I on Ant and Deck again?
Are you gippy?
It's making me burp. Can we stop?
God.
You're literally crying.
I can't believe... Cat shit, for me, is worse than dog, yeah? I've simply heard enough, gang. And speaking of things that I have reached my limit with, here is Lou with her summary of the stories. Lou, your summary, please.
Oh, yes. There was a real animal theme with these stories, Mel.
Good.
Rylan got pigeon feet, Fathia served up some sheep shit, and Lucy let loose a teenage pussy.
I've got a little treat for you now. Please enjoy this footage of TV's Lou Sanders speaking to some ordinary folk.
This show's fucking crazy.
You want to go and get some breakfast and some confessions? Come on. Have you ever hooked up with your best friend's ex? Come on, Sue.
No. However, I have been in her ex-boyfriend's flat. No, I wasn't naked.
No.
And we're still best friends.
That's lovely.
So it's all in.
Right.
Hi.
Where's Mel?
What's the worst thing you've done? Is that your son?
My son is over there.
Yeah.
He promised he's not going to listen.
Okay.
I made a home movie over my mum and stepdad's wedding video.
He's recording you, your son is.
Yeah.
What were you doing, sort of 69ing and stuff, or?
Took away 69 and everything. The worst part was everybody watched it.
Everyone watched
Yeah,
it. What
later
do you
date.
mean?
The family sat down to watch the wedding video.
Are your family sickos? Did your mother have any feedback on your technique?
She's never spoke to me since.
I actually met someone who'd met you.
Oh.
Let's take a look.
I started getting with her and I went, have you just sucked someone off? And she went, yeah.
And Lou tells me she filmed loads of that, so definitely stick around for more Sanders on the streets. Ruby, you've been in the country since 1977. You still sticking with the accent?
I went to drama school, so I would do tongue exercises every day going, and that's all to get the English accent I have today.
Now, Nish.
Hello, Mel.
Hello, dear Nish. Now, you were famously heckled with a bread roll. Did you ever have any sort of comeback to people who heckled you at gigs?
Yes, sometimes as a comedian, you do get heckled, and sometimes you handle it well, and then sometimes you don't handle it well. And in 2013, at the Edinburgh Fringe, a group of people were very upset with me. In my defence, they were extremely drunk and they were sort of talking and sort of spoiling the show, which was already going quite badly. But I called them a bunch of like, two of them were women and they felt that it was a misogynist term, and I could sort of appreciate. I tried to explain to them that I was calling them all but that actually didn't help the situation.
Now, Reuben, you are Australian. And as we all know, Australia is very tolerant towards racism, but not so tolerant of everything. I heard that you got into a little bit of trubs in your home country.
So I went on TV in Australia.
Yeah.
I was there promoting my show, and I just told a joke, like a little joke. I just said, I love Jesus. I love any man who can get nailed for 3 days straight and come back for more. And Christians lost their damn minds. And in 1 month, 40 articles were written about me, sort of queer comedian must apologise. Even I don't think I'm that fascinating, and I shout my own name when I come.
It's a shame it's got 2 syllables.
No, it's the full name.
Yeah.
Reuben Kaye.
Reuben Kaye.
Oh, Reuben Kaye.
Yeah, then you get a runner. Reuben Kaye!
Does nailed mean drunk, or does nailed...
Oh, dear.
Yes, it does.
It's what your husband does to you every second Sunday.
Reuben, that's absolutely marvellous. Now, in this first round, I will ask each of you no-good rapscallions to dig up the dodgiest deed that you ever did do, OK? I will shower you with points, a golden shower, you could say, for the best/worst story you can manage, and extra points for anyone who can make Lou dry retch. It doesn't take much, OK? Nish, you're up first.
Oh, God. I really hope my parents don't watch this programme. When I started in show business, I had a succession of temp jobs, and my thing was I could type and, you know, I was happy doing phone calls and stuff, and I didn't mind whatever the office job was.
Yeah,
I would do it
same.
as long as I did 9 till 5, and I could be out at 5 and go and do a gig. So I did loads of different jobs, and the low point of all of it was I was working in a warehouse, but the toilets weren't working, so they had this, like, MDF shack. I mean, listen... Let's cut to the quick. I had a wank in a porter cabin, OK? That's the summary of it. I don't like seeing that quill going, Sanders. This is sort of the worst thing about it. It was out of sheer boredom.
I've had 3 wanks in this story.
I knew that book was covering something. But I genuinely thought to myself, well... when am I ever going to get this opportunity? And I masturbated out of sheer boredom.
Did you put it on your timesheet?
I was on the clock.
Yeah. I'm on the clock. I'm going to make this quick. That's how you do it, isn't it?
That's almost exactly eerily. Just me in a porter cabin.
It's 10 to 5.
Surely I can't be the only person that has masturbated at work out of boredom.
Right, hands up, team. Who's had a little...
You're fucking liars. Yeah, thank
Do you know what you're lacking? Do you know what you're lacking? Passion for yourselves.
Nish, thank you very much for coming clean.
You're welcome.
Reuben, my eye is drawn to your beautiful shirt.
Oh, do you? You like it?
Is it a Cath Kidston?
What you don't know is there's a picture of Nish on the back. Have you seen this?
Do you want me to help with your... Are you OK? Yeah. Oh, I keep stroking it, sorry. Reuben, it keeps going down. It goes into a... What is it? It goes in...
It's a very secure garment.
Can I just say, I never tell jokes ever because I can't memorize them, but there was one where somebody had a tattoo done of Frank Sinatra on one side and Elvis on the other, and they said to their friend, "Who is this?" And they said, they didn't know, and who's this? They didn't know, but they said, but the one in the middle is definitely Andrew Lloyd Webber.
That's great.
As you go down there.
No, it's very comfy. You just sort of get used to something sticking up your jacksie.
Yeah.
The first time hurts, and then the next time rather pleasurable. Third time, can't live without it. Fourth time, you're in the Royal Shakespeare Company.
Very good. Now, Reuben.
I wanted to tell a story as well as get my arsehole out.
This is such a rude show.
It's rude.
I will say, this story is actually not very rude. I was fisting this guy, and
How big was the porter cabin?
I was at high school in Australia.
Yeah.
And I didn't really have a very good time in high school. No, Reuben, why? But contrary to popular belief, I had friends. I had 2 friends, and we stole one of the video cameras from the media studies room, and we went around and filmed a full documentary on the teachers and stalked our teachers. My friends are they're not like me. They're not awful. They're nice people. One of them was like an ambassador to Vietnam, and the other one is like very intelligent, but she's a mum, so dead to me. And we stalked our teachers, like, to their homes, filming in their windows. We found my English lit teacher smoking 2 cigarettes at the same time in her car at recess. And we did a full David Attenborough commentary on them as I was following them. And I went, this is Richard Maddox. 70% water, 30% fuckwit, and completely so out of his depth, drowning victims look down on him. And I was really like a punching bag in the school. I was like the only gay kid in my school. The only gay kid, can you believe? And what was that laugh?
It's statistically impossible.
Correct.
He was back in the warehouse then.
And we played it on the final night of the school musical for the entire cast.
What?
And for that one night in high school, I was a god.
It is amazing. Yeah. Now, Ruby, please wax lyrical.
When I was a little girl, my parents took me to Jamaica, and we kept going back every year. And some people said, would I like some ganja? And I thought, there's money in those trees. But it was like the kind of twigs, long twigs, so they wrapped it in newspaper. And it was the days where we had the miniskirt, and I wore it in my underpants. And I came through customs, and you could hear crunch, 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 crunch. So I pushed it, and suddenly I had a tail. That's how I got the ganja through.
Wait, so you were a drug mule?
A little.
I didn't realise that ganja came in twig form.
It comes in twig form, yeah. And I used to sell Girl Scout cookies, so I used the same technique for selling the drugs. I would knock on the door and say, look what I have for you. Do you want a peanut butter cup or do you want some dope?
But you wouldn't bake them into the cookies?
They didn't do that then. You just sold them a branch for $50 and said, it's been near my vagina, and that made the price go sky high.
Listen, that is about as much as I can take for the moment. I promised you earlier that I'd show you more of Lou's doings. Here she is out on the streets, bothering the nice members of the public.
Well, my friend slept with his grandma once, and that's just one example of a man doing something bad. Let's go and find some more.
I was on a holiday with my dad. We were sharing a room. I told him that he had to wait outside the room whilst I shagged someone.
And did he?
Yeah.
Anything you've done that still keeps you awake at night?
I called a teacher fat in school.
Have you ever had a fling with your boss?
I don't even think I've ever had a boss.
Well, what do you do?
I sell sea moss.
Sea moss?
Yeah, it's like a vegetable that grows in the sea.
Oh, what do you do?
I also sell sea moss.
That's your boss?
Yes.
Yeah, fuck.
So have I had a fling with my boss? Well, not yet, but maybe in the future. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Come on then.
Thanks. Now what?
Fern, you've got a book out, am I right?
Yes.
Oh. Listen, we will let you promote aforementioned book if you can tell us the ISBN number off the top of your head. Go.
Does it start with ISBN?
What are you talking about?
Oh, sorry, boys, have you not written a book?
It's on the way, actually.
Actually, Jamie, I've got your book. Never read it, but you gave me a copy.
I haven't read it either. Yeah, you didn't write that.
Yeah. Isn't it international banking?
No, that's IBN.
That's IBS. Oh, but no, that's irritable bowel syndrome.
IBS is what you get down there. Yeah.
Yeah, IBS is, yeah. What's your IBS, Fern?
It's very good now. I think just eat Whole Foods plant-based diet.
Now, Jorden, I'm rizzled to pieces to have you here. It's lovely to see. Have you ever lost any valuable birthday presents?
Yes, I did lose one very valuable birthday present. I was on tour with Ed Sheeran for my 21st birthday. And he gave me a vintage Rolex.
Wow. He does that with all the boys.
Yeah. But ultimately, I was an absolute pisshead, and within 3 months, I lost track of it.
Oh, amazing. You lost track of time.
That story just triggered something within me.
Go on.
So my dad gave me a watch for my 18th birthday.
Yeah.
It was like a nice watch. And then at university, I got myself into a gambling debt. Yeah. And I went to London and I sold the watch.
So you had to take the watch off and put it down on the poker table?
No, it's not like a movie. No, I took it to a pawn shop and they gave me some money for it.
He also pawned the silver spoon that was in his mouth and all.
Finally, we have sailed through the safe harbour of gossip into the choppy waters of awful deeds as we play First the Worst. Each of you is going to tell us your very worst story, OK? And Lou and I will judge you silently and then very loudly. Fern, why don't you ease us in gently like a doorman at the Ritz?
So I grew up Catholic in Scotland. Being Catholic in Scotland is one step removed from being Amish. So we didn't have any sex education, so I took it upon myself to deliver sex education talks to the girls in my year when I was 11. But because I wasn't allowed to read any sexy books, my parents banned me from watching...
Them fucking.
I saw that once. It was horrible. My parents wouldn't let me watch. There's a very pornographic TV show called Friends. Have you seen that? Yeah, my parents thought Friends was too dirty.
Fern, I've got to say, I'm with you. I grew up Catholic. I wasn't allowed to go to see Grease.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, well, ooh. That's pretty nasty, bro.
I know. So I used to give sex education talks behind the bins when I was 11. But I just had to make stuff up. So a girl would ask, oh, what's an applicator tampon? And I didn't know what that was. I said, applicator tampons is when you press a button on the side and then it fires up your fanny like a rocket. And then I said the way people have sex is the man puts his willy in and then everyone just sighs and cuddles.
Sigh.
Yeah.
Sighs and cuddles.
Yeah, it was horrible finding out what it's actually like.
Claire Peacock did very much the same for me, actually, in Leatherhead. She told us all about sex through mime. Yeah.
Is it like Babe Station? Is that what you mean?
What's Babe Station?
What? Oh, I don't know.
What's Babe Station?
What's Babe Station? Is it like PlayStation?
Yeah.
Is it sexy phony stuff?
Yeah.
Is it like...
Yes.
Is it that sort of stuff?
Exactly that.
Okay. Is it still going? Do I still have a chance
You've
of
got
seeing it?
You've got a chance of being in Babe Station.
I'll be in it. I've got a gap next year.
You got a what?
Now, Jamie.
Yeah.
You've already revealed quite a lot of things about yourself. Please reveal something else.
So I just started TV, and this pizza company said, "Oh, will you come do this sort of stunt?" And they paid me money. I was like, "This is so exciting!" And it was a 120-meter bungee jump.
Whoa!
That's hilarious.
And I had to do this bungee jump, eating pizza, while jumping off this thing. I did it 10 times.
Oh, man.
After the 6th time, the owner said, "I've never seen anyone do it more than 4." So it was, anyway, got paid, really great, fantastic. Got on the train to go to Leeds, and I was celebrating, drinking on the train, and this police officer came on and told me to quiet down, and I went, "Oh, shut up, you old police officer," and I got arrested. I got arrested.
No!
And put against the wall in Peterborough. And someone took a photo of me being arrested. And because I got arrested, they cancelled the whole pizza deal, so I wasn't even paid.
Oh,
so
no.
I bungee jumped for free 10 times in a row for nothing. Yeah.
Did you really just shout, "Shut up, you old police officer"? It sounds a bit Enid Blyton.
Did you do time?
Did 2 years in prison.
You didn't?
No, I didn't. I did not. I went home and just phoned Babe Station. It was great.
Now, Jorden, you're up next.
When I was about 11,
Yeah.
I moved to Brighton and I made friends with a boy called Zach. And this is before loads of screens and stuff, you know, multiple distractions. We didn't really have like a games console or anything. So
Was it before Babe Station?
I was 11, so
Okay,
yeah.
of course, yeah.
Well, you could have watched Baby Station. It's for younger viewers.
Let's just let that one sit for a bit, please. Show us.
Oh God, I forgot what Babe Station was when it said it.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway.
Oh God.
His house backed onto an industrial park, and we thought a fun way to spend our afternoons was to find empty milk bottles, piss in them, and just throw them into the park. So like maximum points is if we heard someone go, "Ah, fuck." And also, if anyone from the industrial park got mouthy, Zach's mum was going out with this scouser called Gaz, who was proper nuts.
Okay.
So if someone came over and was like, "Who's that?" we'd be like, "Gaz, he's trying to touch us," and then he'd just sort it out. When it got really bad was a lot of people used the corner of the place to like fly tip. So we thought, I know what we'll do. Let's put all the fly tip stuff together alongside the house and set it on fire and see how big the fire would be. And the answer was a big fire. And it like completely defaced the side of his muse. We did have to repaint it. I say we, Zach repainted it.
Where is poor Zach?
Zach, yeah.
Not interested in him because he's not getting you a Rolex.
No, I like Zach.
Do you remember when you were kids and you had baths together?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who?
So me and just random men.
His 6 uncles.
Yeah, who weren't related. It was my older brother, then it would be my little sister, and then me. And we used to have this, like, cup. And we used to fill up and we'd drink and we'd pass it around like that.
We did it with the flannel. So you dunk the flannel.
Yeah.
You drink
but on your
off
own.
the flannel.
On your own.
And then you pass the flannel.
Yeah. Anyway, and the cup came to me and I peed in it. And it went back to my sister and she drank it.
Was it just absolute 100% wee in the cup, or was it mixed in with the bathwater?
It doesn't matter.
I've got 2 brothers and we would share a bath, and one time the youngest one did a jobby in the bath. And because I was the eldest, I went, "Sean, put it in the sink."
I remember my brother had a Batman outfit and I had a Spider-Man outfit, and we were playing catch, and I was trying to find my brother, and he jumped out from behind the wall and went, Batman! And I pooed myself. And I didn't know, I was so scared to tell my parents that I hid it in the cupboard.
Yeah, that's legit though.
Again, all these memories coming back. Yeah. What else are we going to find out tonight? Can't wait.
I feel used, abused, and massively enthused is what I feel. A cracking start, gang.